Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash, the one of salutations to the elders and apostles of greatness doing real well. This brother Nash DC Camp, another short lesson to edify the hopeful elect. Yeah, so Esau's kingdom is full of cracks. Alright? It's just falling apart, you could see the discontent of the people with their so-called government. And you know how it is, man. Esau's on the way out, and this is just a sign from the Lord. All right, so you got, regular Edomites across the street from the so-called governor of New Hampshire. Yeah, and they're just tired of the oppression, and you got you got the state troopers or whatever you want to call them, sheriffs or whatever, being just being his security detail, man. So it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly, and these regular Edomites are mad, and they already know the so-called governors already sold out, and you know how it is. It was necessary that these things happen, all right? Because we're in the last days, and the uproars of the people is gonna keep getting higher and higher and hotter and hotter. It's gonna be more chaos. Yeah, so let me just read this scripture real quick, man, from the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Yeah, because all the bribery and corruption is beginning to turn the Esau's kingdom upside down. The people are mad, they are scared, they are afraid. Alright, so Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7 says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroy the heart. Yeah, so with all the pride and all the arrogance and all the, apathy, these so-called politicians, the people are beginning to wake up, and they know that this is it, and they're tired of being choked out. All right, and they already see that censorship, is at an all-time high because the elites want to consolidate their power and crush the people. Yeah, so all this is being done because the elites want to get the birthright back so bad, and their main focus is to get the Israelites. The main goal is to go after the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans, and this is what they're gonna do. They'll have to throw their own people under the bus to get to us. All right. So always remember that being an Israelite is the main focus, okay, of their war plan. All right, because they have to come after so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans. All right, that's the plan. All right, so don't get distracted by what's been put on the news. So I'm going to play this clip real quick, and then I'll just fast forward it to another segment.
Really? What are you going to do? Are you going to arrest everybody?
Issued a warning here for disorderly conduct.
If you love liberty, declare your independence by signing the Shire Society Declaration at shiresociety.com.
Yeah, so they don't want no dealings with this so-called government that's in place. So, but not knowing that they can't really overthrow the government because the Lord has already set it in place. Because they were put there, all right, to destroy, to destroy the people's liberties, and everything's already been infiltrated, from your so-called Department of Education all the way down to defense and transportation and commerce. It's all being infiltrated by agents of the elites that seek to destroy America. What their main goal is to go after the Israelites, all right? The Israelites, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. I just can't say it enough. So this is just the cost of having a so-called New World Order. They have to do whatever it takes, all right, to get an inch closer, a foot closer, all right?
Good morning from the front of Chris Sununu's house. This is the park across the street, which looks like a park when you look on the maps. And these are new. I have previously gone on this property to use to urinate over in those trees all the way in the back. Now you can see that even though the signs say it's private property, there are a ton of cruisers. We're pretty early here for this event. There's apparently far more people who are going to be showing up. There's also multiple cruisers in his driveway as well. So I'd like to know about this property here. And there's an officer coming this direction, so we'll just ask him about it and see what he says. Question for you.
Sure.
First, what's your name?
Joe, what's your name?
Joe. I'm Ian.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me, these private property signs here, Joe?
Yep.
Whose private property is this?
Newfields.
The town?
Yes.
How does the town have private property?
How does it not?
Well, I've never heard of a government
That
having
belongs to the water department. So.
the water department.
It does, yep.
So you're saying that the water department has private property, but everybody else is forced to pay for that property?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Doesn't that sound like kind of crazy?
Nope.
Yes, that's Babylon for you, land of confusion. And you know how it is, no? The Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Read this real quick. Amos chapter 9, verse 8. It tells you clearly, it says, Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah Kralkadash are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. All right, so the Lord's going to bring judgment upon the face of the earth. And, just because he needs to deliver our people, he has to shake the world, he has to sift. All right, he has to sift the world, he has to save it. All right, so it's not going to be for long when the Lord brings his judgment, because it's already for an appointed time that these Edomites are only going to be able to rule. Okay, so
life when somebody decides they can just do medical experiments on you.
You guys have a lot more agents here today. What's the reason for that?
Oh, they figure people might not like having medical experiments done on their children. I can see how they wouldn't.
Yeah, normally there's like 3 cops and undercover cars, and we can see that we still have the undercover cars, so they're still
I think
here.
we have the biggest pussy governor in America.
Yeah, so it's gonna get ugly. You can't deny it, because the scriptures already talked about it when you read the book of Isaiah chapter 19, the book of 2nd Ezra. Read chapter 9, you read chapter 15, and read chapter 16. It just shows you that there is no positive outcome for America. All right, and that's the bitter truth. Folks like to say, "Oh, you're just a doomsday prophets. You guys don't know what you're talking about." Well, the sign is on the wall, the writing is on the wall, and you see the elite building their bunkers, and they're trying to make sure that exit strategy is ironclad. But hey, how ironclad can it be when we're going to have them in captivity in the kingdom? All right. So upload the script, the script some more.
Of government becomes destructive of these ends for which it was created. That it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. And that means by force. In case you were unclear, look up what happened during the revolution if you want to find out exactly what they meant.
Hey, dude, come on. No, we don't support that. Come on.
I certainly support the revolution. You can disagree with me and I'll...
Yeah, so it's going to get violent, all right, because you have, a set of people that want to be liberated from all this chokehold. And you got some that just want to keep the chokehold long enough till the people submit. And then you have people that just don't want it to happen. But it's got to happen, all right? They say freedom isn't free. So you're going to have a front row seat to see the show play out, man, because the Lord Abashim Ashai set these things in motion. So the book of Mark, chapter 10, this is what the Lord Yahushua mentioned to his disciples, all right? So I'm going to read from verse 42. Yeah, because, the words of the Lord was powerful, man. These elites are going to have to deal with these people that are protesting, and they still have to deal with the man of the Lord preaching the gospel, all right? And they also have to deal with the angels showing up and interrupting their agenda, all right? So I'm going to read, let me see, I can start from verse 42. Yep. Let me start from verse 39. And they said unto Yahweh, okay, this is the situation about who could drink of the bitter cup. Okay. And the woman asking her whether her sons can sit, on his right hand in the kingdom. Okay. And the Lord Yahweh told her that that's of the Lord. Okay. That he has no control about that. That's the Lord's will. It's going to happen. So, so it says, verse 41, and when the 10 heard it, they began to be much displeased with James and John. But Yahushua called them to him and said unto them, Ye know that they which are counted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and their great ones exercise authority upon them. But so shall it not be among you, but whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister. Yeah, so it just shows you that, these so-called elites, man, they're not really ministers to the people. They're just serving their own selfish needs, and that's why the world is upside down, okay? And then verse 44 says, and whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be the servant of all. All right, and these governors, man, these mayors, they don't qualify to be ministers to the people. They're just what do people call dependents, man. They ought to do suck the people dry. All right, here the people complain about their taxes, and they're not really getting enough assistance from the government. And with all the legislation being passed in Congress and all at the state level, the people are just falling backwards and backwards and backwards, okay?
Let you use my microphone to do it.
Sir, I'm just asking you to stop, okay?
Stop what?
You're just being warned right now for disorderly conduct, okay?
What?
So we're just telling you to stop right now. We're getting complaints from neighbors about the noise, so we're just telling you to stop,
Well,
okay?
this is the
I'm just letting you know, you've been
current
warned, okay?
state house,
Okay.
as I understand it. Is this, does he have some other place
Come on,
where we can
you've
speak
been warned.
to him?
You've been warned, correct?
Are you saying
Thank you.
speech is now disorderly conduct, sir? Is that what you're saying?
Constitution not hold up?
What part of the statute does that fall under, please? Disorderly conduct's a very long statute.
Yeah, so it's no longer going to be anything about free speech anymore, man, because the elites are upset that their time is running out, so they have to be, quick and decisive when it comes to ruling with an iron fist. But it's not really going as planned, and that's the reason why they're going to spaz out and they're going to be agitated to be more violent and disregard the will of the people. And then the Lord Yahushua says in verse 45, For the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. And that's one thing these elites, they're not willing to do. They're not qualified, all right, to give their life for the people they want to they want to rule over. They're not even serving the people, so what's the use? So that's the point that I can, just have to understand that there's a huge contrast between a minister of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai and the ministers of this world. So always keep that in mind. Shalom.